Good morning. Today, excuse me, today is Tea Tuesday. It's that time again. Today I want to talk a little bit about herbs in your garden. Well, what do herbs have to do with tea, you ask? Or maybe you know and you didn't ask. So, today I want to make some lemon balm tea. And I have lots and lots of lemon balm growing in my little urban garden. And it started out with I had a large container of lemon balm, and it sort of seeded and went over, and it spilled off into the actual ground. And now every year I have lemon balm that comes back. I have it in containers. It smells wonderful. It has lots of health benefits. Look up on Google or whatever, all the benefits it has. It's good for your stomach. I believe it's good for your blood pressure. It has a big list of things that lemon balm is good for. Not to mention that it smells really good, very lemony. So I'm going to go harvest some of my lemon balm from the garden and make myself a cup of tea. So if you're a tea drinker, or you like that afternoon cup of tea or whatever, or you like iced tea, um, try growing some herbs. Oh, sorry about that. It was a phone call. I have different ringtones for all my people. So that that's Tom's ringtone. He has the X-Files because when we were first dating, which was 15 years ago, um, we always used to watch the X-Files together. So he gets the X-Files ringtone. And my daughter, she has You Are My Sunshine, and Ryan has the Darth Vader theme. So um, I get the ringtones from an app called Zedge. And so this way I know exactly who's calling, and I don't have to bother answering if I don't want to, if it's somebody I don't want to talk to. So anyway, back to my tea time. Um, if you enjoy tea, you can think of, even if you don't have a big garden or yard, or you just have a little tiny small space like I have, and you cram as much stuff in there as you can, think about growing some um, herbs that you can create your own tea blend with. There's lots and lots of different mints. There's chocolate mint, there's lemon mint, there's pineapple mint, the list goes on and on. And if you rub the leaves, it actually smells like pineapple or lemon or whatever. So lemon balm is what I have a lot of, and it is actually part of the mint family, and it looks like a mint plant. And if you do decide to grow mint, you might want to think about keeping it confined to a container because mint is invasive. I like the way my lemon balm spreads. So, it's on the ground, it's seeded itself, but I keep it in containers too because my stuff on the ground with the dogs back there, and they do their thing on you know, the area. So I do keep some in containers for me. So you might want to think about planting yourself some mints or medicinal herbs. There's tons of medicinal herbs that you can plant. There's lemon verbena that has, oh, I love lemon verbena. That has a wonderful smell. And then you can dry all these herbs. If you have a dehydrator, you can stick them in there for a couple of hours. or you can wash them and hang them up in a space that you have, and then you can make your own tea blends with it. So anyway, today I'm going to have some lemon balm tea, and I'll take you out in my garden with me, and we'll pick some lemon balm, and then we'll make some tea. So I'll be back. Come with me into my garden, and let's pick some lemon balm. Okay, well, here I am in my garden. I still have lots of work to do on my deck. I haven't even touched that, but I wanted to show you some of my mints. This one right here is chocolate mint. Smells so good. Over here, and this came back from last year, and I've already harvested some of this. If you want it to bush out, I need to harvest it again. So you would, cut some of it off here. But this is mint candy. And I had a couple of different types of mint in here, but it seems like this was the one that survived. And I read recently not to mix your mints in one container because they'll sort of cross breed. So anyway, that is that one. And then here I have some sweet lemon mint, and this gets really big. Now it looks like I have two different kinds in here because I did plant two different kinds. And this one over here is a bigger mint, and this one I believe is apple mint. So these two I believe are two different kinds because they look different to me. So anyway, those are my two mints that I have up here, and then the apple or the chocolate mint is going to go in this container, which has nothing in it. All right, so here we are in the garden, and as you can see, I have a ton of lemon balm everywhere. This all seeded itself. This is how invasive it is. It's over here, and this was where my original container was, and all this is lemon balm, and I have it over here and over there. So we're going to harvest some of the lemon balm out of a container. So let's go over there to the garden. And I planted a bunch of flowers that I will show you when I do my garden tour. But this is lemon balm, and I started more in these little pots. So let me get some of this harvested, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it is an absolutely gorgeous day today. So, and another thing, if you pinch this off, of course it's going to get bushier because it will get sort of tall, but this lemon balm will be growing no problem. It's not hard to grow at all, and it's very, very prolific. So I'm going to cut off a good chunk of this because I don't want it to grow over my little marigolds that I planted. And this will be a delicious, delicious tea today. And the nice thing is you can harvest it fresh every morning if you want. And same with the mints. Now this year I am going to plant pineapple mint, and I don't have that in the ground yet. Well, not in the ground, but in a container. But so I want to trim some of this off my little marigolds here so that it doesn't kill them. This one's looking a bit droopy. But oh, I love being out in my garden. I mean, I could be out here when the weather's like this. I could be out here all day. And I usually am. So I think that will be enough. Get a couple little more off of my little marigold here. And this is great too for making lotions. You can make lotions out of this. It's good for your skin. So I think that'll be enough for a cup of tea. It's enough probably even for, I have a friend, for a couple cups of tea. So let's go back into the kitchen and make some tea. Alright, so today I am not using my cute little teapot. I'm going to use my French press. And I'm going to put the lemon balm that we picked right in there. There we go. And then I have some freshly boiled water here that I'm just going to put into my French press. And a French press is a nice thing to have because you can put different kinds of coffees in here, you can make your teas in here, all sorts of things. So I'm going to fill it about halfway because I do like a strong tea. Well, I could put it a little more because you can always use this as iced tea later on down the road. And I'm going to let this steep for quite a while, 15-20 minutes, depending on how strong you like your tea. So I'm going to call that good. And I will just let that steep and put my little lid on. And there we have it. And we'll have lemon balm tea. And the water's already starting to turn a little bit of color. So I'll be back when I'm ready to have my cup of tea. Okay, my friends, my lemon balm tea is done. I'm going to use some of my favorite sweetener, my Whole Earth. And I'm going to just press this down and compress all the leaves. And that has a little sieve in it. I don't know if you have a French press or not, but here we go. And that's it. Fresh herbal tea from the garden. So I'll be right with you in a minute and we'll continue our chat. Well, it's time to enjoy that delicious cup of tea. Cheers. So I wanted to show you a couple of the things that I have here regarding tea, because how appropriate. So I cut this out of a magazine a long time ago, and I keep it with my tea bags. I have a tea chest that I got a long time ago, and I keep different teas in that. I have tea tins. I'm always over the top with everything. I have tea tins. I have tea little Dollar Tree containers. I have tea all over the place. And I really only drink tea. I drink it iced, or I drink a warm cup in the afternoon. So, and I make iced coffee too. That's delicious. And I'll show you that in a minute. But anyway, I cut out this article, and they're natural stomach soothers. I don't know if you can see that or not. So we have chamomile, ginger, and peppermint. And those three are very good for your stomach. So since I have a lot of stomach issues, perfect, right? Okay, and then I keep this also with my teas. I got this a long time ago. I don't even remember where I got it, but I've had it forever. And it's a little booklet on healing teas. I don't even know if they make these anymore. They used to make these all the time back in the, I don't know, 70s, 80s. But like I said, I've had this for a very long time. So I keep this with my teas, and then if I'm having an issue, I just look it up, and it tells you different things that different teas are good for. So I have that. And then another book I have is Healing Teas. I got this on Amazon a long time ago. Um, it says here it was $17. I don't know if I paid that or not, but it has a lot of different tea blends and history of tea and all sorts of things. So I have that book. And then this, I don't even remember where I got this. I may have picked it up secondhand or who knows. I have no idea. But anyway, I don't think it has a price on it. I don't believe I got it on Amazon. But here again, a lot of information on green, black, herbal, and fruit teas. And I'm into kombucha as well. I brew my own kombucha, and that is also made from tea. So, and I have a couple videos on how I make my kombucha. If I remember, I'll leave it in the um, cards or in the description box below. Hopefully I remember. But anyway, tea is very interesting. It's a very old and ancient thing to drink. Lots of variations of things you can do with teas. So if you have an interest in any of these things, if you have any issues that you want to maybe resolve more naturally, you might want to look into it. Now, I'm not giving advice. I'm just saying what's available out there. So do your own research on the teas that you drink. Make sure you don't have an allergy to certain teas. And tea can be a hobby, like everything else. Let me show you my how I brew my coffee real quick too. I know this is tea time, but gotta have our coffee too if we're coffee drinkers. So hang on. All right, so this I cold brew it in the refrigerator, just a regular mason jar. I have these plastic lids that I have bought for my mason jars, and I leave this in the refrigerator for a day or two. And this little device goes all the way to the bottom is what you put your coffee in. And I just use cheap Dollar Tree hazelnut coffee, and I let it steep in there. And I just put like a big scoop of it in here, fill it up with water, stick it in the refrigerator, and then I have iced coffee whenever I want. And this stuff is really expensive to buy. So this girl isn't paying, $3 or $4 for some already brewed cold brew when you can do your own just easy. So look on Amazon for the insert. I've had it for a long time, but they do sell them there, and just a regular mason jar. So I hope you've enjoyed our tea chat today. Um, just a little bit different, talking about the different kinds of tea. I know we all have our favorites, but making your own is exciting. Even if you don't have a garden, if you live in an apartment and you have a window, get yourself some different mints, maybe some lemon balm, and grow it in a pot or get a grow light. You can even use just a rack and put a cheap shop light above it, And if you live in an apartment or on a balcony, any little nook or cranny that you have, you can grow some medicinal herbs or teas or whatever your fancy is. And if you do live in an apartment and you don't have a balcony, think about maybe getting a little grow light. It doesn't have to be a big elaborate thing. It can just be one shelf, or you can get one of those lamps that kind of, I don't know, sit on a table and they have the flexible gooseneck. That's what I was thinking. And put a grow bulb in there and then stick yourself a little herb garden under there. Just some ideas. All right, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, I enjoyed our visit. As always, I love it when you come back and we have a conversation. Um, if you enjoyed our visit, please consider subscribing. A thumbs up would be great. If you didn't like it, a thumbs down's okay too. Um, and that's all I have for you today. All right, my friends, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. Enjoy your tea. Enjoy your life. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.